Actually, you might try going to the
Find a place, huh?
Shirley, using something.
Where is this is not coffee eat the vegetable I have not olive here. What's that?
No. There you are, folks, the Shippity Explorer. Welcome to this station. This is an afternoon relay, 4 o'clock in the afternoon in sunny College Park. Um, you know, of today we don't have great topic to do. We're just gonna talk about. I've been preparing and doing some paperwork and doing documentation and just being absorbed in the business part of things in the house, and that has really taken out a lot of energy out of me. So what do? I just this is in the afternoon now, and well, in the evening really, and just want to come outside and air out a bit, and get things in the proper container, garbage. There we are. So what do you do when you're this exhausted from work? You need to take a break and go outside and walk the lawn or walk the garden and see what's happening around your house, folks, because things are happening. Things not gonna stop working. Things not gonna stop moving. Life continues. The plants are blooming and the grass are growing. The workmen are getting ready for pool cleaning, and that's next door. We don't have the pool here, so that's what it is. So you can't, nothing stops. So you just have to fall in place and do what you have to do to keep abreast of situation. Yeah, I've been hopping around, a bit of arthritis, and well, it's probably a sign of aging, getting like fine wine, folks. As you're born and grow up, and then you get mature, and so again you can't stop things from happening. So here I am reach this age, and finally arthritis has taken set on the left side. And this happened 1970, I would say 1976 or 1975, when I had gotten a bike, man, and I wanted to buy a car. This is a story I'm going to tell now. Talking to you, something leading to that. So I wanted to buy a car, man. Somebody had a Volkswagen, a 1500 Bug. At school wanted to sell it, and I wanted to buy it. And then my uncle or father, he somehow made the decision and said, "Oh, you don't want a car." So I just said, you know what? I'm somewhat independent person. I just got out and took some money, and a cousin of mine gave me some money, maybe a couple $100, and and I just went to the bike shops. They say they want to get the car. I'm just gonna get a motorbike. So I went down to the to the bike dealership, and I bought S90, S90, Honda S90. And those were the popular bikes those days, man. 1975 or 6, around that. Yeah, I would say 1975. And so I bought that bike, man, and I was riding up. I paid the money cash for the bike, and I got my little gas in the bike, and I jumped on the bike. I've never ridden that bike before. But I've ridden a bicycle, but a motorbike I didn't ride before. And so I jumped on this bike, man, and head on home. I brought it home to the yard, man, and my uncle now was upset with me because all along they were planning to help me buy a bike, because that's what he had suggested, and he didn't tell me. I guess they want to surprise me. So the surprise came from me, that I surprised them with buying the bike ahead of them. So they were upset. My mother and my father, adopted parents, they were upset that I bought the bike, man. And here's this shiny bike in the yard now. And I was riding up and down, taking the friends to here or there, up in the hills, and just showing off. So my then girlfriend, my wife, I went to look for her way up into the hills of St. Andrew, man, 15 miles away from Kingston. And I rode up to the mountain, man, and then I saw her and showing off the bike. And then I had choir practice that night. It was a Thursday. And so I'm coming down, came up to a place called Temple Hall. I reached to Golden Spring, went up to Stony Hill, and I'm down the hill and I reached to Constant Spring, and I'm heading towards Torrington Christian Church, man. And as I reached the old McDonald's, in just across the whole half a tree clock, and the whole clock just towering over me, I stopped at the stoplight, and I breezed through. And then I breezed through, and now I'm cutting road going down on the left side, going down Half a Tree Road. And suddenly I saw a car coming up. It was traffic bumper to bumper on the right side, but my side was clear. And all of a sudden, the car was facing me head on. And so suddenly I saw when it just turned to the right, and so it hit me, or I hit it, and I went flying in the air. And it so happened that I had gotten a helmet the day before. That was a Wednesday. Got the for my birthday on the Wednesday, and helmet, and I put it on. And is it on Thursday night, afternoon or evening, and I went flying. And people who saw the accident went and told my girlfriend that Shippy, the Explorer, was in an accident. And man, I got scraped up. Off the floor and off the ground of the street, and was taken to the hospital. I don't even remember how I went to the hospital. I think maybe a car took me, or the ambulance or something like that. Don't even remember now. And so I was in the hospital. But I understand from when I came back out, I understand that they talked about how I went sky high up in the air. But I remember going up in the air, and I flipped over the handle of the bike. And so when I looked at my injuries, the helmet was cracked a little bit. My left knee was banged up a little bit, but the most damage was on my left knee. Busted up that really bad. And so when I went over the handle, maybe my knee must have hit the handle, so I dropped. And so when the nurse was looking after me that night, man, the comment she made was that, you know, you're gonna have some arthritis. This is gonna develop into an arthritic problem. And that was years ago. 74, 75, 70, 80, 90, 100, you know, 105, 115, 20, 50 something years ago, man, or 50 years ago. And I believe that. But it seemed like it has been for the last 10 years or so, it seemed like it was gradually coming on. And I find myself hopping around, and but I didn't know that it was deteriorating this fast. But here I am on Shippy the Explorer. It can't stop. That can't stop. You just have to keep on going. Whether you are sick or you have an assignment or anything like that, or you're responsible for kids and wife and or you're responsible for husband and kids, you just have to just keep on going in this world. And so Shippy the Explorer is saying, even with my hoppity hop arthritis, I'm gonna do what I have to do and keep going. So that's the story of the arthritic cause of the arthritic. I think there's a main reason for the arthritic problem over the years. And I've been an athlete in the in high school, elementary school, high school, and college. And so over the years, the body has really been exerted to a great extent. And so when you exert your body that bad, then in the later part of life, you are susceptible to have maybe arthritis or some kind of a limb problem. So just have to, if you're an athlete, just have to be mindful that you're exercising properly and doing your workout as safe as possible, and be mindful of injury, because injury will come back to haunt you, folks. Injury will come back to haunt you. Here we are. We have this I think it's a spruce that propagated itself from a seed from that high tree in the back there, and I've been trying to get it grew, and I was surprised that the tree dropped a seed and one plant grew from that. And here it is. From that one plant, it was there growing, and suddenly a deer came and plucked it up and tried to bite it, but they didn't like it, so they dropped it. And I picked it up and I put it down here, and it has been growing for 10 years. And then the deer comes each year and snap the top off. Last year it had a lovely top, and they came and snapped it. So I re-fenced it, and it is about to grow again. It's about stretching up, and maybe when it reaches maybe 6 feet up, then they can't reach it anymore. Then it will be growing real good. So that's the protective side. So now you have all these, you may say my yard looks wild, but no, it has all these plants, and I don't know some of them, but I know that's a Bartlett pear, the pear that I planted this one. So I'm hoping that this pear would grow, and then similar to the big one over there, it will produce fruits for the animals. So there we are. All right. So last summer azalea, it bloomed and fell off. Yeah. So really what I'm trying to do today is to prepare for a trip, and so I had to do some paperwork, book work, and so that sometimes feel a little bit boring. So get outside in the fresh air, and if you have good clean air, you take a whiff of it, and good breeze is blowing here now, and you just feel the breeze that bounce off your face and body, and that helps to rejuvenate you and help you in your frame of mind. So each time I take you down to the ridge, most times what I have is the plants of the garden. There we are, the grape plants looking good. Show you the progress of it's getting real mature, and that's. And we go over to the Bartlett pear. This is the one that I told you. We saw it the other day in another video, but can't fail to show you these things, how fruitful this place is. Look at how many fruits are on one branch. So when you see those things, you take your mind off of all the stress and strain of things. There we are. So, what's coming up in your life, folks? And hopefully things are coming up. A lot of you, it's this time of the year, you have having kids that are graduating from high school and from college, university, and they are progressing and doing their stuff and succeeding in life. So, and as older folks, we don't want you to think that you're coming to an end. You're not coming to an end. You're just getting like fine wine, and you just have to enjoy the things in life. Enjoy the grandkids, the kids, and their successes. Be happy for them. Be happy for yourself that you have had these kids, and they are doing their stuff. And even the ones who haven't been to college, I mean, hopefully they've graduated from high school, and they're doing their stuff. They're going to get some form of a work and try to be productive people in the society. So here you are. Tomato is about to come out of the fencing. Here we are, looking good. Believe it or not, these tomatoes come up by themselves, boy. Seeds are in the ground and they just came up. So you can't stop the growth of things and the timeliness of growth. Because if I had sowed them in a pot or pan and then brought them into the garden, there's a chance that they would have been looking wilted and dilapidated. But they came up by themselves, and they have good nutrients and good soil, and they are doing well. So back to the congratulation of standing, that you're congratulating all the kids. Even some parents, they're going back to school and you've gotten your degree and you've gotten now. Even some of you have just gotten new jobs and you're progressing in your field of work. So congratulations. Live into successes of life. Here we are. My wife planted onion and an onion here, and here it is. When she got it out of the box, it was yellow because it didn't have enough sunshine, and here it is turning green, and beside it is a pepper plant that I planted. Hot Scotch bonnet pepper. It's right there. I think I have another one inside this bucket. I've been trying to here it is. I think it's trying to come up to a certain extent, but the dry one, I lost that last year. Remember when I had my lovely pepper plant, man, and picking all those luscious Scotch bonnet, Jamaican Scotch bonnet. Well, we say it's with Jamaica, we capture that that pepper, folks, and think it's endemic to Jamaica. I don't know, it's probably from somewhere else, but somehow nowadays we associate Scotch bonnet mainly with Jamaica. Have such a lovely flavor. It's not as peppery, or the what is the term for pepper? I think it's pimento content is not as high, so it has a lovely flavor, especially in the curries, curry goat, curry chicken, and escabeche fish. I'm making you hungry. Shippy the Explorer is always introducing some element of food to you. So I planted that and was showing off last year, man. I was getting dozens of pepper, and I stretched the season a little bit too long and kept the plant outside a little bit too long, and there you are. Winter came, a cold night came, and a frost catch it, and there it was, shocked to death. And no matter what I did, I carried it inside, and it was just limping all winter. And then the winter got cold again, and it affected it 2 more times. And so I think it's finally dead. But I see a little bit of bud down the bottom. You may never know. It might just spring up and bloom. You know, you never know. Something is not dead until it's dead. And so that's a good example of things in life. You never give up on certain things. Don't give up. Cryptomania. It's wow, it's more than 20 feet tall now. Yeah, don't give up on things on it until you finally give up. Yeah, just like that's why in this early part of the spring I planted some cucumber seeds, and expect cucumbers should be shooting up on these vines now, or this fencing. I don't see not even one. You know, the seeds, it seem like the seeds that they put on the market, they're only good for one season. And so when you plant those for the first season, they're fine. But if you keep them for a year or two, then you find that nothing comes up. So let me check to see if anything is growing in here. Nothing, not another. More than a month. And normally they take about 6 days to come up. So nothing is there. Alright. So let's go into the bushes, folks. take our time and go into the bushes to see what's going on. We just have to be mindful of snakes, black snakes, rat snakes. So you're looking around. Here we are, the smoke tree. Then I'm going to see this pine bloom. I must need to find the right name of this thing. I'm looking to the left because one time I saw a snake on this plant. It was 5 feet something long, and I almost grabbed it because I was coming down here to do some work, and my hands almost caught the snake. And when I saw it, I freaked out and flashed myself. I end up down in the bushes down there, and the snake never ever moved, not even look at me. No pay attention. There we are. You can tell me what this thing is. Cacti or whatever it is. Not cactus, but it's some kind of a pine. It's blooming this year again. And white blooms. Almost look like a plant they used to make tequila. But I don't really know the name of it. There we go. There we go. So the plants are getting a lot of water, man, and they're growing. Look at this fern. You would never know that fern is in America, but it is. And the other grade is another variety of asters, and these are also being eaten by the deers. I would even give it a break. So no snake today. We're looking, still looking. I know some of you like snakes, but I don't. Shippy the Explorer don't like snakes. Don't like snakes. For some reason I have a phobia against them. But if they seem calm and so surprisingly, I take a long stick and play with them. I scratch their head and let them go after a while. So, but I know some of you have the snake around your neck, have it in your bed, you're feeding it in the house, and it's you travel with it up and down the park, and you feel so comfortable with it. It's like a daughter of mine. She is an animal specialist now, and she would come home one evening. We have black snakes and green snakes around here, but she says there's no poisonous green snakes in Maryland, but there are people who are having pets which are green snakes, and so often they let them go. And so she doesn't know that side, didn't want to accept that side of the story. So she came on one day, man, and the snake was across the path of the door, and instead of she coming home and do her homework, she stayed outside playing with the snake. And there she is. And then there was a black snake in the back here, and it was crawling back and forth here, and I went after it, and it got upset and was after me, and sorry to say I had to terminate that one. Then she ran across the street and told the people, the neighbors, that Daddy killed the snake. Yeah, he killed the snake. So there we are. She's seen this tape. I'm not mad with you, I'm just telling a story. That you love snake, I don't love snake. I feel I have a phobia against them. And so, the ones who love the snake, more power to you. More power to you, folks. Yes. All right, so this is a walk and talk afternoon, and just to examine what's going on in the garden, the wildness of the gardens in College Park, folks. The mountain laurel and the evergreen, and things are heading towards the next stage in life, which is next stage in life, which is summer. And the summer is, and you have the hot days and cool nights sometimes, and so some rain, and so the for the plants, they do well. So this was just an encouragement to talk to you. This is Shippy the Explorer saying, I'm always trying to say, live a life that's to the fullest, and enjoy the little things around you. Get outside your house and look at the flowers, listen to the birds, hear the wind and feel the breeze blowing in your face, and give thanks and congratulate those who are succeeding, and give yourself a break that you too have been doing well, maybe not fully healthy, but in the mind you're thinking of the possibility of one day things will be all right. So giving you, saying, be positive in whatever you do. This is Shippy the Explorer saying, we're exploring the garden, looking for the snake, but at the same time giving thanks for life. Talk to you sometime, and take care, and said, walk good, be good to yourself and others. Until then, Shippy the Explorer saying bye. If you do like these tapes and enjoy them and getting something from them, share them with a friend, and let the friend tell the friend to subscribe, because I do appreciate your opinion. You can write me, and the comments I get, I do respond to them, and really appreciate you, and need you to appreciate yourself in this moving environment. Bye again. Take care.